Hello, it's August 6th, 2023. I thought today would be a great day to talk about my journey in the dark night of the soul. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I just wanted to get the right wording, I wanted to get the right thought, and I wanted to do it right. So now is the time. We're going into the Lions Gate 8-8, and the energies are just off the chart. So I thought now would be a good time to talk about the dark night of the soul. This is my journey. Everyone will have a different journey. My journey might not be the right journey for you, but things in my journey might resonate with you. So I started my journey a long time ago in natural healing and crystals, and I started dabbing into other things. And in 2019, a lot of things went into my life, moving and changing and things like that, and got more into the spiritual uh, side of my life. The dark night of the soul is looking at everything from the past that hurt you, made you happy, all of your memories of people that you were in contact with, or things that were traumatizing, things that we didn't forgive, that we're hanging on to, and we have to release them. I realized that you have to go back and you have to break your contract with love, because we all have a contract with somebody in this life. Like me, you've came across my video, so you had some kind of a contract with me, whether it was a passing contract. I call it kind of like a shadow person where they're just passing through your life, or someone that resonates and stays in your life. An anchor. I found that a lot of times I am an anchor for somebody, or someone's an anchor for me. And that's a good thing. So what I did is I started doing a lot of meditation, learning how to clear my mind. And that's, I'll tell you, meditation is actually can be hard, because we go through our day with our minds just cluttered with everything. And it's hard to sit down or lay down and release all those thoughts. I know sometimes I find myself thinking of things that I might have should have did. I'm laying here and I'm trying to meditate and clear my mind, and I'm thinking of this, and somebody might be thinking of their kids, or did I pick this up? And you don't want to do that. You want to lay down in a quiet place. Some people listen to music. I have some Indian flute music sometimes I listen to. Sometimes I don't want to listen to anything. Sometimes I just want to quiet my mind and let things come. So I started meditating and I started learning how to zero out, zero negative in your mind, and just let your mind go and let the things come in from the heart space. And I realized that each one of us have a special gift. Mine, I'm a dreamer. I astro travel. I channel now. There's so many things, possibilities that you are. You might not be a channeler. You might not be a dreamer, but you might be something completely different. And that's special. We're all special. We all have a unique talent that we brought into this world by our creator given, and we need to learn how to use it. We've been blocked by this world. So I started with meditation. Meditation was a key. It really got me grounded. I got grounded to earth. I do a lot of earthing. Go out in nature barefooted. If you can't walk around, if you have health issues and you can't walk around, go out and sit in a chair, take your shoes off, and plant them on the earth. Whatever you have to do to connect to the earth, because we are all the elements, fire, water, earth, air, we're all of it. We breathe, we live. We just have to connect more with life. Instead of working 9 to 5 and having our minds scattered and not being able to think of anything, we need to come back to ourselves and realize what we're here for. So I got the meditation down. I was able to clear my mind completely and meditate. And I usually do it right before I go to sleep. Everybody's sleeping and it's really quiet and it's dark and it's a good time just before you go to sleep to meditate, to release. It'll make you feel so much better in the morning. So I did that, and then I went through the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is really hard because you have to go back and look at all the trauma somebody may have caused you, the trauma you may have caused somebody else. You need to walk and look at that trauma, and you need to forgive, and you need to release them with love. Because if you don't, it will hurt you, not them. You are the one that will be traumatized with that anger and that fear and that sadness for the rest of your life, not them. They could walk away maybe and never think about it again, but you will be traumatized. So we have to release things that we've went through in the past and go on to a better future. That's when we can start really healing and working on what our beauty and our uniqueness and our powers are. So I started with that, and I started with a dream journal. If you're a dreamer, I advise you to keep a journal. I never kept a journal. I just told people about my dreams because my girlfriend always said, if you have a dream, tell somebody, because if it comes true, then they know that you told them about it and you don't look like you're crazy saying, hey, I had that dream and it came true. So I have a lot of dreams that come true. I've found that I do a lot of astral traveling. I can see things happening outside my world when I'm sleeping. I travel to other wild, way off countries, a lot of foreign language, and I meet a lot of people. I found that I meet people a year or two before they come into my reality. I will meet them in a dream. And all I can say is it's been a really big learning experience for me, and it's been great. It's really helped me understand more of my journey through this life, and it makes it a little easier. Now, we can never say that we went through the dark night of the soul and we conquered it, because the dark night of the soul will always happen throughout our life. There'll always be a dark moment in our life that we have to think about, resonate on, and we have to release with love. Once we break that contract with them and release them with love, we forget about it. We don't want to live in the past. The past is for beautiful, happy memories. The past is not for traumatic memories. If we keep hanging on to every traumatic memory that there is in our past, we are going to be the saddest person walking this earth, or the most angry one. That's why we have to release it. It's not doing us any good. I have a mother that has dementia, and I noticed my mother has hung on to every sad and angry moment in her life. There's few happy, and she had a beautiful, happy life. But there were those few traumatic moments in her life where she's really hanging on to it. And it's playing over and over, and it's actually really sad. And I don't think any of us should ever have to go through that. It's just not a good thing for one to go through. So that's the dark night of the soul, what I've went through, and I'm still going through it. And now I found that I'm working on my triggers, things that trigger me during a day, because you realize our triggers are us. It's not the other person. It's us. We have to work on what irritates us and what bothers us, and kind of look into it. Why does it? Why do we let it? And I think sometimes we pull back and we don't, but we do. We really need to look into that. I'm kind of going through now, and I know a lot of energies are going through this. We're going through the purge. We're releasing things that we don't even know why we hung on to it. I mean, I thought about this the other day. I have pictures of, let's say, my dad went away and he had a friend, standing by a creek fishing, and he took a picture of him and he gave me all his old pictures and I kept that. I don't even know who that friend is. That friend isn't even a relative. He's not a friend of mine. I have no idea. Why would I keep that picture? I mean, so I'm getting rid of things. I'm getting rid of things that no longer serve me. I see a lot of people holding on to a lot of clutter. And it's really, I mean, clutter is a dark, really dark night of the soul. I mean, if you have not got rid of crap, clutter, and you're hanging on to all that somebody else energy, and it's not your energy, and that is a big dark night of the soul moment that you need to walk through, because clutter is dark. It just is. I have been into places that are just dark and I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel comfortable. So I think that, we all need to reevaluate everything about our life. I mean, every little moment. If we are hanging on to something our parents collected and we never collected it and we don't even like it, but we're hanging on to it because our parents loved it and we should love it. No, we don't have to love it. We don't have to even like it. Just get rid of it. And if you're trying to remember your parent from hanging on to something like that, that's not the memory. The memory is within your heart and will always be within your heart. You will always remember those beautiful moments. I'm not saying get rid of pictures that mean something. Keep the pictures that mean something. They're a beautiful memory that sparks an emotion that we all need. But get rid of the crap that you're just hanging on to that doesn't serve you, that is nothing. It's just darkening your life. It's making your life more cluttered and more miserable. If you have a cluttered home and a cluttered world, you have a cluttered mind. It's a fact. So it's time to purge. It's time to release. It's time to break contracts. It's time to clean up. That's what we're all going through. We're all doing the great purge, the the change of energy. We can feel it. It's like a lighter energy. We've just come through a really dark part of our world. Just darkness, that just the past. And I notice now I'm going through kind of a stage, and I kind of refer it to the movie Peggy Sue Got Married, where she had the near-death experience and she traveled through time and she relooked at things with a different perception of it. And that's what I'm doing right now because my perception of things were so clouded. I mean, I literally thought things were so much different. And now that I look back on them, it's not what I thought it was. So it's kind of clarifying things for me. And I think it really helps a lot when we do things like that. So now is the time to get your life in order, to get your beauty back within your heart, your gut. That gut feeling, that's the heart space. That's the Christ consciousness within. We're source. God is the all there is and all there ever was. But we're his source of power, of energy, of love. So we need to correct what has happened. We are the generation that we're here to fix things. Whether we knew it or not, we're starting to come to it. So until we really meditate, clear our minds, maybe release contracts, walk through the dark night of the soul, do some purging, realize where we need to change things in our life, we might stay stagnant. And we don't want to stay stagnant. We can all look at somebody else's life and think it is, their life is so amazing. They go on vacation. They have it all. Oh my goodness, why can't I have that life? It's not your life to have. If they go on vacation and they have this great life you see online, that doesn't mean that their life is great off of line. It doesn't mean that they're partying, they're drinking, they're jet setting is all that in a nutshell. You don't know. I mean, you don't know what that drinking is causing to their physical body. You don't know what bills they owe and debts they've accumulated with the jet setting. We always think it's always greener on the other side, and that's not necessarily true. And nothing is new under the sun. So we've all been here, done that before. And whatever you're interested in, go for it. Be interested in it. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. How do they know? I heard something the other day that was really interesting. A judgment is just somebody else's opinion. So remember, when somebody's judging you, it's just their opinion, and they're allowed to have their opinion. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion, but that doesn't mean it makes it true. So we have to use that with a grain of salt. We have to start calming ourselves, and we have to be a detective on our own body. When our body says something to us, whether it's physical or mental or spiritual, we have to look at that because our body will let us know. We have it all within us. We have everything. The all there is and all there ever was did not make mistakes. He did not make us to be where we cannot heal ourselves. He did not make us to be needy. He made us to be great. And now is the time to step into your greatness. We are all magnificent, beautiful creations. Now it's the time to be that. Stop living in the past. Stop living in the dark shadow. Stop. It's just time. Just stop. So this was the dark night of the soul, and everybody's going to go on their own journey. And I think your journey is going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing when you realize how amazing you really are. So I just wanted to come on and tell everybody a little bit of the story. I just think that it's time to really work on yourself. Stop judging other people. We all tend to judge someone else. I still catch myself because we have been so indoctrinated that we have to point somebody else's fault out. How about we look in the mirror and we point our own faults out? Because really, we don't have any faults. It's just the faults that we perceive that we want to point out about ourselves. And it's just the faults that other people want to point out about ourselves. But at the moment in time, we're perfect. Whether we're heavy, whether we're thin, whether we're wrinkly, whether we're whatever we are perfect in this moment for the time we are in. We have to feel that way. There is no imperfect. There is no right or wrong. There is just how you need to feel at that moment. I mean, we all get into slumps and we all have to get out of those slumps on our own. But if we stay in those slumps, if we stay in that low vibrational energy, that's where we'll live. And we don't want to live there anymore. We want to raise our vibration. Don't let anyone tell you you're not beautiful. We are all beautiful in our own way. Beauty is not the Barbie doll girl or the Ken guy. That's not beauty. Beauty is in the heart. Beauty is in the soul. Beauty is in what you do in life. Beauty is how you live. I mean, do you live in a beautiful rainbow crystal world, clean, just flowing, just happy? Or do you live in a dark, yelling, mean, cranky, just world? I mean, there's a dark side and a light side. The light side is the right side. The dark side is not a good side of you. We've all been in that dark moment. We know. We don't want to stay there. And it's okay that you're there at that point. I mean, we all get there. We all have those dark moments. We all have all of us. You're not out there alone. We've all had it. We've all done it. So now is the time to change it, though. Now is change. Change is coming, and it's time for us to raise our vibrations, find our soul tribe, and be who we really are. Be who we were really meant to be. Our total, unique person. Beautiful in every way. So I want you to hang on to that. And I want you to know that I love you. And I hope every step in your journey is magical. Be you.